Here's a story around 500 words, perfect for A2, B1 ESL learners. It uses simpler vocabulary and sentence structures, focusing on common past tense verbs and clear actions. The missing picnic basket. It was a beautiful sunny Saturday morning. The birds were singing, and a gentle breeze was blowing. Leo and his little sister, Mia, were very excited. Today was their family picnic day. Their mom, Mrs. Lee, had prepared everything. There was a big, red picnic basket full of delicious food, sandwiches, apples, juice, and chocolate cookies. Mrs. Lee put the basket on the kitchen table. "Okay, children," she said with a smile. "Go get your hats and sunglasses. We'll leave in 10 minutes for Willow Park." Leo was 9 years old and Mia was 6. They quickly ran to their rooms. Leo found his blue hat and Mia found her pink sunglasses. They were ready. When they came back to the kitchen, Mrs. Lee was waiting. But something was wrong. The red picnic basket was gone. "Oh dear," said Mrs. Lee. "Where's the picnic basket?" "I put it right here on the table." Leo and Mia looked around. The table was empty. They looked under the table, behind the chairs, and even inside the cupboard. No basket. "Did a cat take it?" Mia asked, laughing. She loved to imagine funny things. "No, Mia," Leo said. "Cats don't carry picnic baskets." Mrs. Lee started to think. I remember putting it down. Then I went to water the plants outside for a minute. When I came back, it was gone." They decided to look outside. Maybe someone took it by mistake. They checked the garden. Nothing. Suddenly, Leo saw something in the grass near the fence. It was a small piece of red cloth. "Look," he shouted. "It's from the basket." They followed the little red pieces. The trail went from the kitchen door, across the grass, and then it stopped near the big apple tree at the back of their garden. "It must be here," Mia said, her eyes wide. They looked up into the apple tree. There were many green leaves and some ripe red apples. And then Leo saw it. High up in the branches, hanging between two big leaves, was their red picnic basket. But how did it get there? Then they heard a small chatter sound. A tiny, fluffy squirrel was sitting on a branch above the basket. It had a half-eaten apple in its paws. Mrs. Lee started to laugh. "Oh, you clever little squirrel. You must have thought it was a giant nut." The squirrel had jumped from the fence to the tree, grabbing the basket on its way. It wanted to enjoy the food all by itself. Leo carefully climbed a few steps on the tree ladder and gently pulled the basket down. Most of the food was safe, but there was a small bite mark on one of the sandwiches and a missing cookie. "Well," Mrs. Lee said, smiling, "it looks like our little friend got an early snack." They packed the basket again and finally went to Willow Park. They had a wonderful picnic, and Leo and Mia had a funny story to tell about the day the squirrel stole their picnic basket. And they learned that sometimes the answer to a mystery is closer and much furrier than you think. How was this story for you? Did you find the words and sentences easy to understand?